Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Hair Gaming. We're playing Last War, and this is part 5 of our Season 1 guide, where in this episode we're going to cover how attacking and taking over territories in other servers actually works. We're going to go into some of the details, a little bit of the strategy, and just kind of give you a general idea of what to expect for when that comes through. Now, this ability to start to take over territories on other servers, if memory serves, I believe this comes around week 3 is when you start to have this opportunity to capture cities across other war zones. Now, the way that that's going to work is here in the Season 1 view of options. During that week, that third week, I believe, you'll have the option for this Warzone Expedition option will appear. Now, in this menu, you'll have what you'll see, or for if you're brand new to seeing this screen, is this top one won't be filled, and these bottom 3 will be locked as you'll get them in later weeks. So in the beginning, you don't yet have the ability to invade any server or as many servers as you want. You can just invade one, and it's really important for the R5 and R4s of your alliance that you understand that once you place down your alliance outpost, it cannot be moved anymore. So it's really important to poke around and do reconnaissance and look at the other war zones that you have that are within your battle server group. It's usually the collection of a couple servers above and below you. But the way you can do that is if you go to I believe grouping here, you can see all of the servers that you can attack, and you can just jump to the server and kind of peruse through and kind of look at different areas to see, who's there. During the first week, this is, not so easy to kind of judge because everybody's kind of on an equal playing field. It's still relatively early. But as the season goes along, you'll want to look at what territories have been taken on certain servers. That will kind of give you an idea of how easy or difficult it is to invade another server. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So let's go back to that Warzone Expedition page and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So let's say you've picked your first server. What's going to happen is one of your R4s is going to go find a spot on the map where they think that's a good spot to invade. Usually folks tend to start on the outskirts because the faction who is native to that server is likely moving and pulling inwards towards the capital, which leaves a lot of the territory on the outskirts open and available. Now, my map is going to look really, really busy because we're nearing the end of Season 1, so a lot of the territory has been taken and folks have advanced and moved in towards the center. But for that first invasion, you're going to pick a spot, or your R4 or R5 will pick a spot, and they'll put down this alliance outpost. And the first time that you build your alliance outpost, what's going to happen is you're going to put it down, and it needs to be built up from 0. So what that means is that the number of people within your alliance that you have reinforcing it are going to help build it faster. It'll give you a timer based off of the function of how many people are helping, of when it will be complete. And you'll have a maximum HP of 100,000 for your alliance outpost. And what that does for you is that while your alliance outpost is up and active, you'll have the ability to attack a territory within the range that you're already there. Now, I believe for the first territory, you can only attack a stronghold. If anybody wants to double check that, I'm pretty sure that's the case. If you cannot attack a city first, or at least the last time that I checked the rules, that was the case. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that, but you have to attack a stronghold first. Now you have 2 ways that it can go. Likely, let's talk about if there's no one occupying that stronghold. So let's say if you're attacking a stronghold that looks something like this, where there's just the zombie there. So when you engage to attack the zombie, you'll clear it out just like you have done on your server, where you just keep attacking him until he dies, and then you'll start to reinforce the point and take it over. You can have a maximum of 10 people reinforce that point, and with the full 10, it should take, I think, 15 minutes in order for you to fully capture that point, and it'll be yours. Once that point is captured, you'll have about a day and some change, a day and a couple of hours, where nobody can attack the point, and you're basically you have it locked down, it's safe and secure, and you have a little bit of a rest period where no one can take it from you. So that's if you attack a node that does not have anybody attached to it. Now, when you're, when you are reinforcing that node to take it over after you've killed the zombie, and you zoom out, you will still have like a battle icon, which is like a little figure of two swords crossed that are on the map. Everybody can see that. Now, they don't get a message notification in world chat that says that so-and-so is your alliance is taking over a point. Like, they don't get any notification like that. So if you can time it well, you can try to jump on to another server where, reset your time is an off time for them. Maybe it's, the middle of their workday, depending on where that Warzone is based. Or at least where the alliances near where you want to take over are based. Don't forget, people can jump around on the map to come and defend. It is not uncommon that the strongest alliance on a server or the president for that server will show up to stop you from doing things. So just be aware that that is a possible outcome. But the quietest way to obtain land is to try to take over a military stronghold that has not yet been taken over. Now, later in the season, that might not be an option, where you might have to fight for land from another alliance. And in that case, once your alliance outpost is fully built and it's active, then you'll be able to attack the units that surround the stronghold. Once you clear out all of those, then you can start to attack the stronghold itself, and then take it over and reinforce it and do that thing. Same deal as it normally does. However, this time, because there is an alliance that already has control of that stronghold, they will get a notification that they are under attack. So you should expect, depending on the time of your attack, again, you should expect that they may come to try to stop you from taking over their territory. Again, it does only take 15 minutes if you have the full support of 10 alliance members to take over the territory, but that is uncontested. So if no one shows up to try to attack the point and knock your soldiers off of the point and then steal it back, then it only takes 15 minutes. However, you may battle back and forth, and then it'll take a bit more time. So just be aware of that. Or maybe you run out of troops and then you'll lose, and they'll take it and they'll maintain the point. For us, for this server, we happen to land on the most powerful server within the most powerful war zone within our collection for season 1. So we just had tried multiple times to get a foothold here, and simply were not successful. But that's basically the outline there. So one more time, just want to reiterate, for the first territory that you take over, this alliance outpost has to be active. However, once you've taken over territory and you do have a claim on the map, you can simply attack and engage strongholds and cities just like you do normally. However, if you get beaten off of the map, wherein maybe you only have the one military stronghold, and then at some point you're attacked by an alliance on that server's on that Warzone's home server, and they kick you off of it, then you have to go back to square one and you have to work it from this alliance outpost. So yeah, that's more or less it of how the engagement's going to work. Over the several weeks, you'll get more opportunities to place outposts. And again, that's going to be really, really important, because once that's down, you cannot move it for the whole rest of the season. So choose your landing zones wisely, and choose your attack times wisely. But that's going to bring this video to a close. Hopefully this was helpful. If so, feel free to drop a like, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to try and cover as much info as I can, and I better get on it quick because the season's about to end for me. So thanks, y'all. Have a good one.